So before we start, I want you guys to do something for me. This is very shameless of me, I will be quite honest with you. But my old Twitter account did get suspended, and I had to make a new one. My new Twitter is @Terranova Noah. So basically, it's at my last name and then my first name. Link will be in the description below. I'll throw it up on the screen if it was hard to understand what I was saying. So if you guys could go follow that new Twitter, I would really appreciate it. I talk about basketball and other fun stuff on that app, as well as give you guys updates on videos. So if you want to know like when I'm going to upload, if things are going to be delayed, stuff like that, follow my Twitter to be updated on that stuff. So if you could do all that again, I would really appreciate it. But with my shameless plug out of the way, enjoy the show. The 2021 high school recruiting class is one of the more talented recruiting classes in recent memory. However, despite the known talent in this class, one name has been severely criminally underrated, and that's AJ Griffin, the small forward from Archbishop Stepinac that is committed to Duke. His combination of size and skill at that young of an age is just insane. However, ESPN only has him ranked 14th in the senior class, which is ridiculous because I and many others believe that not only is he one of the top 2 players in the 2021 class, but he also has a legitimate case for being the best player in high school regardless of class. And today I will be breaking down his game, what he's good at, what he needs to work on, and what he could potentially be. But before we get into today's video, if you're new and you like basketball, I really think you would love this channel. So if you haven't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified whenever I release a video. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I make videos that take elements from film essays and apply them to basketball, as well as prospect breakdown videos on high school and NBA draft prospects. So again, if you're into things like that, this is really just the channel for you, so subscribe. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. The first thing that does stand out with AJ Griffin is his physical tools. He stands at 6'7", weighs 220 pounds, and has a 7-foot wingspan. He has great mobility and strength for his size. He has the ability to play 2 through 4 because of his physical tools. What makes this even more impressive though is the fact that he's one of the youngest players in his class. He won't turn 18 until August, so to have these kind of physical tools at this young of an age with the possibility to not even be done growing is interesting to say the least, because he already has ideal size to be a small forward in today's NBA, and it has more than ideal size for what you look for in a power forward prospect at this stage of their career. So he has potential because of his physical tools to play multiple positions. AJ Griffin is a very skilled player when it comes to his ability to score the basketball for his age. He has a very good handle, whether that be attacking east to west while creating his own shot, whether that be north to south when attacking the rim. He can create his own shot off the dribble like I kind of mentioned earlier. He can attack the rim using his strength to bully smaller defenders, and can use his good vertical leaping ability to finish over the defenses if needed, so he can finish above and below the rim. He draws contact very well because he uses his frame to his advantage. He has good footwork. He has all the tools you need for a high-level scorer, and I think it's safe to say that he is somebody that is a 3-level scorer and has potential to be elite in this regard at the next levels of the game. The final point on offense is that AJ Griffin does have potential as a passer. I would say right now that he is a decent passer that has good vision for a wing. He's not a perfect passer by any stretch of the imagination. I wouldn't put him in the same breath as guys like Paolo Banchero or Cade Cunningham, but I definitely do think for a wing, it's an above average passing ability. And it's something that I do think can and will be grown upon as time goes on, and it will only increase his value as a player. And the final point with AJ Griffin is the other side of the ball, which is defense. He has high defensive potential. This has a lot to do with the fact that he has all the tools to be a versatile defender that can guard multiple positions. More than likely 2 through 4, but I do think he has potential at some point to be able to guard 1 through 4. He has a lot of this potential due to the fact that he has insane physical tools like I mentioned earlier. Again, he has great mobility and strength that already is kind of hard to match, and again, he's not done growing. He gets blocks, he gets steals, he has a good defensive IQ when it comes to that side of the ball. He can play on the ball, he can play off the ball. Really, when he's engaged, he is someone that has lockdown defense kind of potential. However, just like I say in about every single one of these prospect breakdown videos, no prospect is perfect. Every prospect has flaws. And like I say about every other prospect I've made a video about, AJ Griffin is no exception to this rule. Like a lot of young skilled scorers, AJ Griffin struggles with his shot selection. Now, this isn't a gigantic concern because, again, it's something that a lot of young skill players struggle with. And, over time, they eventually grow out of these habits. It's more of he's taking shots he's capable of taking. Like, there's not a lot of shots that he's not capable of. But it's more about there's probably a better shot available, whether that be for himself or a teammate, rather than it is about him just taking shots that he's not capable of. So that does make it a bit more encouraging about the shot selection issues, that it's shots that he can hit versus it's not shots that he can't hit. So that is encouraging, and again, something that a lot of young scorers really struggle with, and again, he'll grow out of the habit. I'm pretty confident in it. And I would say that the other weakness that AJ Griffin has is his defensive motor and his effort on that end of the floor. He's definitely someone that could put more effort on defense. His physical tools alone make him valuable on defense, but the motor can run a bit hot and cold at times. He isn't the first, he won't be the last guy to have the physical tools to be an elite defender that doesn't have a great motor, although, you would want to see him improve on that because, you can have all the physical tools in the world to be a great defender, but if you don't have the motor, you're not, and we've seen plenty of examples of this in the past. Again, great tools, he just needs to maximize those tools to reach his 100% outcome on defense, which I believe is an elite lockdown defender. Overall, AJ Griffin is one of the best prospects in the world, in my opinion, regardless of class. I know the scouts haven't seen him play in a while due to current circumstances around the country, but to have him outside the top 10 is just ridiculous in my opinion. I would even go as far to say having him outside your top 5 is ridiculous. He has insane physical tools, elite scoring tools, potential as a passer and a defender, and overall just has an advanced skill level for a player that's only 17 years old with plenty of room to grow. I have AJ Griffin as my number 2 prospect in the 2021 recruiting class, as well as my number 2 player not only in that class, but also in high school regardless of class, behind only Paolo Banchero. And the scary thing is, these two guys are going to be teammates in college. But that is the end of this video. If you've made it to this point, thank you so much. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all those things. Help me reach 5,000 subscribers. Also, make sure you follow my new Twitter. Link to that will be in the description as always. Let me know, what do you think about AJ Griffin? Do you think that his ranking at 14th by ESPN is justified? Do you think it's unjustified? Where do you rank him compared to his class? Where do you rank him regardless of class? Is he overrated? Is he underrated? How do you think he's going to play at Duke? How does he compare to other all-time great wings at Duke? And things like that. I would love you guys to say something like that in the comment section. Love to hear your opinion on topics like that. I love AJ Griffin. He's one of my favorite prospects. I again feel like he's so underrated by the mainstream media, and he's going to really surprise a lot of people when he gets to Duke, and I just can't wait for it. But with that being said, have a nice day.